Hi there, and thank you for clicking on this video. Just gonna add in a little bit of gameplay. Talked about the Gotva Prime, doing simulacrum stuff in the last video. Figured I'd show, at a minimum, up to the first acolyte also, but forgot to include it, so this is an addendum. Galvanized aptitude, galvanized chamber, prime shred, 100 munitions, corrosive from high voltage, infected clip. This is going to be a frostbite build. We got critical delay and primed cryo, vigilante supplies, and our base damage is going to come from arcane range, or arcane rage for 180 from a headshot. It's a small chance, but the fact is, it's a bullet hose. We're going to trigger this pretty easily. Obviously, using Grendel for Nourish is going to be a bit of our viral. And obviously, our handy dandy Panzer. Pretty standard build. The only one that's really up for debate is Hunter Recovery. But Grendel's pretty tanky on his own. So went with the lifesteal from the Spores. So, gonna do a little bit of commentary, but it's a raw damage build with a little bit of slash. Our elements are going to be puncture, cold, corrosive, viral from the Panzer and from Nourish, and slash, giving us, even though the weapon only comes with just puncture, it's still gonna give us enough stacks of galvanized aptitude to sort of bring the damage up. And the prime cryo with the triple element, even though this is not really a common way to go. Normally, if you were going to do this and you didn't want to go 100 munitions, you might do like viral heat on like a slash heavy weapon to begin with, or if you don't have 100 munitions, you could also do like a corrosive heat, or primed cryo. Corrosive heat with 100 munitions would be similarly acceptable, especially because we have got so much viral going around. Not going to bring a secondary or melee. We'll take Xeneric just for a little bit extra energy, but gonna be pretty basic. We're gonna go to Conjunction Survival Steel Path, because right now that is the highest level node. Just to see how the damage is. It's gonna be light commentary, just talking about damage numbers, and once we get to the Acolyte, we'll call it there. Alright, we are alone.
To purge you from this place. Stand by for life support.
So the damage that we're seeing is 5 figures. Headshots obviously do a little bit more. 70, 80k, just making sure to keep the rage stacked up. Yeah, red crit on a headshot, obviously the best of the circumstances, right, is a couple 100k, nothing too impressive. It's not a deadhead build, but it still gets it done. Kind of annoying that that guy steals your stuff, but just go grab your gun. Alright, we got Misery. Alright, took about 2 clips, maybe a clip and a half. Go ahead and stop that guy from doing that. Obviously, it's not super fast, but I was seeing some builds on YouTube where people were literally losing all their galvanized stacks. Oh, let's kill these guys. Yep. So pretty quick, less than a second on most of these guys. The only downside of cold is those guys transforming. It's not the only downside, but one of the downsides is those guys transforming into little specters tends to take a bit. But it's your standard bullet hose. You're not really going to see big damage with this setup. But it's good general bullet hose damage. And the amount of reds that we're seeing is from the amount of multi-shot. We are sitting at about a little over 4 multi-shot with Frostbite. And that basically means every 5 shots is going to be, or every 5 instances of damage is going to be a red crit. So pretty standard. But there you go. Hey, got a blueprint. One of many. But that's just an example of the damage. Yeah, I was seeing some like slash builds with it where people were going viral and were getting absolutely murdered by the acolytes. So this is going to be one of the strengths of this. Kind of wish there was a little bit more reload on it. So maybe like a what would you call it? A like maybe a Riven. You could also even like flex into like that. This would be one of the bigger perks of say like a merciless build. Is just cutting off some of that reload time, but 2 second reload, honestly, not too bad. You're the one of the few Garuda mains. Obviously, reloads aren't an issue for you. But there you go. There's an example of the damage. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever that was. And first acolyte. So that's an example of the damage. It feels really good, and that's against 180s, 200s conjunction survival. So good enough for Steel Path. That's the last mission. So anyway, thank you. Have a blessed day, guys.